horns hooked up or not, so I just get on the throttle. Tell you what, guys, I've seriously thought about putting power steering back in this, but then I thought if I just get some true skinnies on this car instead of you know, instead of these 205, I think they're 205 70 15s on 7-inch wheels in the front. If I just got some true skinnies, the steering would be a lot easier and it wouldn't be that big a deal. And get a solid steering shaft instead of this, you know, factory rag joint set up, because that's where a lot of the slop is the rag joint. And without power steering, that rag joint's just getting more and more worn out. Yeah, something else I was going to kind of talk about a little bit is when you're driving a manual automatic, you don't really want to use the transmission to slow down. So you don't want to like downshift to slow you down. It puts a lot of stress on the bands and clutches in the transmission. So you want to make sure you're almost to a stop before you start downshifting. It's really not that bad in the car when the windows are up. Like, I could totally drag weak this bitch. Hell, I even still got a stereo in here. Windows down is kind of a different story. It gets a lot louder with the windows down. Stepped out a little bit there. Yeah, we got the street tires on right now. They're decent. They're 255 60s, but it'll do like 40 mile an hour rolling burnouts on these street tires. NA. I don't even know what would happen if I hit the nitrous. It would probably just be pointless. There's some rattling going on over here. I don't know what it is. Something's loose. The new radiator seems to be doing great. Like when I'm going down the road, this thing's staying at like 184, 185 degrees, and it's got a 195 thermostat in it. So figure that one out. It's a little sluggish just then. Lost my ram air effect up there with my bell horn too since I put the hood back on, so that kind of sucks. I don't know how much that was actually helping me, but we might find out next time we take it to the track. We'll run it once with the hood on and then run it again with the hood off and see what kind of mile an hour difference I get. tell you what, man, with this looped power steering, curves are kind of scary. We got that drag race anti-roll bar on here too now, so it kind of makes, you know, the corner handling a little weird. Something's loose somewhere, rattling up here. I don't know if it's in the dash or in the engine bay, but sounds like something's rattling. It's not RPM dependent, so it's something that's just loose, dancing around somewhere. There's probably a tool up there I'm about to lose or something. My 10mm socket's up there rattling around somewhere. I would not doubt that one bit. Something don't feel right, guys. I don't know if the trans is slipping a little bit or what, but it just don't feel like it's pulling like it should. Something clunked in the rear end too. Maybe this poor little 10-bolt's seen enough action. I'm hearing all kinds of new weird noises that I'm not used to, guys. So there's like a humming noise, and I'm not sure what the hell it is. Well, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. The noise that I was hearing was actually the cooling fans, because here's the deal, guys. I set my cooling fans to come on at 196 and go off at 185. Well, I'm still running a stock 195 thermostat, so that was kind of stupid of me with my fan settings, because basically once it reaches operating temp, it's going to be real hard you know, for the engine to ever be below 195 degrees again. So that was the noise I was hearing. Is these cooling fans basically ran for like 30 minutes solid, I guess, pretty much. I mean, they kicked off a couple times, but for the most part they were running. After about 30 minutes of driving, when the engine got up to temp, they were running the whole time, and they were just freaking screaming. They're way louder than the stock cooling fan that we originally had on here. And in case you guys don't know, it's pretty normal for an LS engine to run, you know, around 200, 205 degrees all the time. That's actually normal, guys. The China Vet, that's where she runs at. My Avalanche, that's where it runs at. The DR Nova, it runs around 205 all the time. I mean, that's normal operating temp for an LS engine with, you know, a stock thermostat. So Zane Hobbs, I don't know if you guys remember, some of you guys might not have been around for it, but back when we first started this build, Zane Hobbs actually sent me a 160 degree thermostat and housing for a LS1 pump. So I think that's what I'm going to do.
I think I'm going to throw that 160 thermostat in here. I would rather do a 180, but you know, I've got the 160 on hand. If for some reason I don't like the way it's going, I'll order another one. But thanks to Zane, I don't have to do that right now. We can try 160 for free. Now, something that was aggravating me while I was driving the car, other than the noise, and I want to say too, because I don't know if I'm going to put it in the video or not, but the hood, I still haven't made any standoffs for the hood at the back. And you know, this is a thin fiberglass hood, so of course the hood's going to shake. And I think the rattling noise that I was making the jokes about it being a 10mm socket up here, I think it was just the hood kind of bouncing off this, making that rattling noise. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to get like some hood stops, kind of like this. These are actually useless. They're not doing anything anymore. But I may put them on each side of the firewall here of the cowl, just to kind of hold the hood up off the cowl a little bit. I know the hood on that side, it barely touches that windshield wiper too. So yeah, I'll probably do some standoffs back here for the hood. That should get rid of that rattling noise. And I don't know about, guys, it's like this. I feel like the car was not pulling as hard. We drove it for about an hour, and you know, within the first 20 minutes I got on a couple times. And I mean, this thing, we're on street tires right now. I just ordered a new set of drag radials, but for right now we're on these street tires, and this thing has no problem at 40 miles an hour. It just lights these up. They're 255 60s, but yeah, I mean, they're not going to hold the power. So, but towards the end of the run, I don't know. I felt like the car wasn't pulling as hard. But I mean, there's no smoke. You know, the temps really didn't get any higher than they should have. I like to see them lower, but you know, that's all in the thermostat. I mean, the fact of the matter is the car was running smooth. It was running good. So I don't know, maybe it's just in my head. You know, I've not really just taken the car out and driven it in a while. I've just made like real short blasts. That was the longest I've driven Chaos Theory in a while. So I don't know. Let's see here. I have let it cool down, guys. This is actually the next day after the drive, and we're running a little bit low on water. Not really. That bottom hose is still leaking. I think what I'm going to do, like I said in a previous video, is I'm going to cut the hose back here where the hose gets smaller and pull it up and put it on there. It's just dripping because the hose is too big for the nipple down there. I need to get an overflow. I need to get me a catch can. I'm not sure where I'm going to mount it yet. I thought about mounting a catch can like up here on the nose somewhere, but I'm not quite sure. I guess now that we've got the more narrow radiator, I could probably get like one of those cylinder catch cans and just put it right here next to the radiator. And I probably need to get like a 95-degree fitting to screw in here. But I'm kind of waiting till we do the turbos, because I don't know, you know, depending on where they sit, I may put the catch can elsewhere, the overflow. I don't know, guys. We'll figure it out. But anyway, this was just, you know, supposed to be a little ride-along video. I wasn't planning on doing a lot of talking. I was honestly planning on posting like a little 5-minute video of me driving around, just for the hell of it. But it kind of evolved into this because I feel like something's off. But again, it could just be in my head. I want to say too, I made a post today. I've actually ordered several things for the car, and everything's on freaking back order, guys. So I ordered the Radion surge tank, or Radium Engineering surge tank, which was very freaking expensive, by the way. Well, I was told it's on a 3-week. It's on a 3-week back order. I ordered drag radials to put on the new wheels, which I don't know if I don't think I've put them in a video yet, but I've posted them on Instagram and on Facebook. So I ordered drag radials for those. Those are on a 4-week back order from Mickey Thompson, guys. And I mean, it's my own fault. This is the time of year when everybody's getting ready for racing season. So, you know, things like drag radials, especially in small tire sizes for like no prep and stuff, everybody's stocking up on them. Mickey Thompson's, you know, having trouble keeping up this time of year. It's like this every year, guys. It's nothing new. I shouldn't have waited so long, honestly. I shouldn't have waited so long to order the drag radials. But something else funny happened tonight. I actually went back and I ordered a Lingenfelter. It's like the two-step, the launch control, and timing retard. That's for the DR Nova. Obviously, I don't need that on this car. The Holly does all that. But I ordered it for the DR Nova because Ray was wanting a two-step. When he saw how consistent I was able to launch this car, he decided he wanted that on the Nova. If you go back and watch the videos where I'm racing the Nova, the DR Nova in Chaos Theory here, you can see he was having a lot of trouble, kind of stalling up the converter. He was going too far sometimes, and he was starting to spin the tire, or he wasn't stalling enough. So he decided he wanted a two-step. So I went ahead and ordered that last night, and the funny thing was, I ordered it from Summit Racing, and they said they had 10 available. Well, then I get a message this morning telling me that it's on a 1 week back order. So all I've done for like a week and a half is order parts for these cars, and every single part that I have been ordering is on back order. I don't know, guys, but anyway, that was a little ride along video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you didn't get too bored. I don't know what's next, guys. Like I said, I'm waiting on parts for this car, waiting on parts for the Nova. So the next video could go either way. We could be doing some stuff to this car. We could be doing some stuff to the Nova. I don't know. Wait and find out. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Then get out in the garage, get something done. And I'll see you next time here on Bad Luck Garage.